Wait a second, wait a second. I'm just seeing that the stream is kind of stable, at least somewhat. Oh, that's too far back. Oh, there it is. Okay. And now I have the power. The power to say hi. Ah, and last time we were here doing the Millennium Puzzle. I have it on my desk right now. It looks fucking beautiful. I posted a photo on Twitter about it. If you wanna, if you wanna see it, go check it out. Mm. But yeah, today we're gonna be doing a hand, as the title suggests. But you might be saying, Caja, why just a hand? Weren't you doing another painting the other time about Neil Breen? Yes, and I will finish that one later. But it's mainly because this this past few days I've actually had to take actual jobs, which is great because it pays money, but it's kind of unfortunate because I can't do some of the projects that I want to do, like this Neil Breen thing, which I want to see if I can get it as a print, which I don't think anybody will want, but at least I want to have it. But in any case, that's it for like preamble and things. For now, we're gonna be doing a little hand. And you might be saying, okay, it's a hand. Is it gonna be a hand study? Not really. It's more gonna be a hand experience. And what I mean about that is that I'm gonna be doing one of the hands of one of the newer Pokemon, Pocket Monsters. Pokemon. I should have this shit ready, but I didn't. Scarlet. Okay, next. Okay, there you go. So, I've been playing actually a lot of Pokemon Scarlet. It is a good game. It's really good. It just needed at least 6 months just quality testing. That's it. Like, apart from that, the gameplay is fine. They actually improved somewhat the Pokemon formula, but by having by actually implementing some things that work in an open world. But still, like, there are some parts that are kind of broken, kind of like boring. I like how much content there is, but anyways, who cares? It's my opinion, and it's about Pokemon. What we are here though is to do the little hands of this little guy that I can't seem to find. God fucking damn it, please. I'm scrolling through the Pokédex of this fucking region. Where the fuck is it? Is it so down? Don't remember it being that down. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it's Graffiti. Basically a graffiti type of Pokemon. It's basically like a toxic piece of shit that does a lot of that is part of a lot of cheese threads that I have. Like, a lot of the threads that I use right now for the game are pretty much like just reliant on this fucker. I called my gamer because it's really fucking it's really toxic. So that's what we're gonna be drawing today. So yeah, I just needed a little bit of a reference for that little itty bitty mucus thing. It is a lemur, and it's one of the first like lemurs that I've seen in Pokemon. I mean, not really one of the first, but it's a really solid design. It took me a really long time to notice that they have a fucking hoodie. So that was fun. And also they have like this little fucking gross finger with poison coming out of it, and it's like just their hand that has like this neon color, so it goes back to their name that is graffiti and that shit. In any case, I'm actually a fan of this design. I actually wasn't expecting to like a lot of the Pokemon designs, but I guess it was just I had to see it in motion. I don't really know, or maybe I'm just a little bit less jaded. Maybe I am trying to have a good time. Hmm. But yeah, it's just it's an okay game. It would be like an okay game, and nobody would like give a fuck. It it has the same feeling as an indie game, which is not a bad thing. Like there are a lot of good indie games, so it really comes down to like just testing. I think that is the biggest like thing for this thing. Need a little bit more testing, figure out some of the bugs, do some quality assurance, and you would have a little bit of a better game. It's not bad. It really isn't. But yeah, that is my little kind of review about Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. No, Pokemon Scarlet. I'm playing Scarlet. Alright, so like that. I'm doing a little bit more of the arm. A lot of this is gonna end up changing by the end, but I wanted to have like a basis to start doing the drawing. Okay, so we do this. And if you don't know what lemur this is based off of, it's basically a lemur that uses its finger, it goes into the wood and taps the wood like this big ass fucking finger. Like they actually made it a little bit less big in the game. Yeah. And it just taps, and kind of makes the bugs do it. Does it at such a frequency that the bugs like come out of their hidey hole, and they uses that finger to takes them and eats them. I mean, a lot of lemurs are somewhat carnivores or whatever, or insectivorous. I don't know. Like lemurs are some of the most like cooler group of creatures because I think they're primate. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, they're primates that just because they stood in this island unbothered for so long with no real like natural predators, they just went wild in the evolutionary scale. They just did some of the most like dumb shit I've seen, and it's mainly just because they just wanted to secure a source of food that no other lemur was like looking at. When I get like those bugs that are in between the cracks of the trees, go for it. When I get the fucking things on the cactus, now you can walk on the fucking cactus. It's like fucking insane. Let me get I didn't even move it. Like so. There you go. And then let's move this one about there, so it's like really poking out. No, not that. Yeah, kind of like that. Just basically trying to do a little bit more of an interesting pose, other than just being like plain. Let me get it there. Okay. And that is kind of a challenge because it's such an unnatural, or at least unnatural to me. Not that okay on what to do. I'm just gonna give it a little more human-esque part here. Oh, they don't have that. I keep thinking that they have like a three places where it bends, but they just have one in each finger. So that is kind of a little bit weird. But yeah, how you're gonna find more things that you can't really draw, so you learn from it. So if I want to have a little perspective, a little itty perspective that I actually do want to have, I have to hide this other finger here. And dun, 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 dun. All right. I haven't saved this whole time. That could have been going really bad. Let me just go here and then let's put lemur. Lemur. There you go. Okay. But yeah, this is not gonna be your run-of-the-mill like lemur, because they have this really toxic shit. Like, I guess it would be like here. It looks like it's having a booger that is threatening you threatening you with. Sorry, it's been a little bit of a while since I spoke English. And not even that is a straight up lie. I've been going into VR chat, and it's been kind of cool. It's really cool to see like these micro communities in that type of game. It's just kind of bizarre to see what happens when you give people like the liberty of just doing whatever the fuck that is. I mean, there is not just furries or weaves. There's a shit ton of things. There is an entire. I learned this the other day just by because of my dismay. I learned that I'm kind of sensitive to very flashy lights that go on for a really long time, because there were some guys that pretty much has had these skins that would put on a light show, like this way big shit, like these weapons like lances or really big fucking guns, and then they would shot this race into the sky and it would blast this music like and actually affect your camera, so the borders of your screen will kind of like pulse to the music. I saw that for like 5 minutes. I was fucking dying. I had to look at the floor because I still was like conversing with the other people, but I had to actually just look at the ground because I was getting so fucking dizzy from it. I guess I'm just I guess I'm just weak. What can I say? Come on. I have to change the side. Change your arms from side to side. Come on, everybody, do the Mario. Who here has seen the Mario Brothers movie? Because I haven't, but I've seen so many memes of it. Like, I think there is a lot of movies that are like that, but that you see so many memes of it that you're practically seeing the movie, or at least you think you're practically seeing the movie, and then you see it and you're like, what the fuck is happening? This is nothing like the memes. I think that is becoming like Breaking Bad to me. I haven't seen a single second of Breaking Bad. I know it's a good series and it is in my watch list. It's too long, you know? It is way too long. I say that while I'm catching up with One Piece. But I don't know. I think that One Piece is a little bit more manageable because I kind of just see like 2 episodes a day, maybe 2 days a week when I have the month of it. I feel like if I start watching Breaking Bad, I wouldn't want to stop, and that feels kind of concerning, considering that I still have like real life duties and shit. So, no thanks. I bet that a lot of people have said this, especially if you're no longer in high school. But once you leave high school, every single ounce of yourself wants to do stuff that you did in high school, but you no longer can do it. Be it that you go to college or you stay or you just go straight into the workforce, you can't like do shit like you did it before. It's just how it is. I don't know. I do want to have like I do sometimes wish I could like binge watch animes like I used to. The last time I binge watched an anime, what I think was, and it wasn't even an anime, it was a manga. It was Beastars, because I couldn't wait for the next episode, so I just read the entirety of the manga up to that point, and I'm glad I did because it's fucking good. It has its slow parts, but it's so all over overall just a great fucking manga. I recommend it. A Caja de Ojos recommendation. There's gonna be a lot of those. Because on the last stream, even though I streamed for 5 hours, I really didn't speak a lot. I was just so fucking enthralled into this goddamn puzzle that I couldn't even take my eyes off of it. It was. I almost knocked it off from my table, by the way. But yeah, it's such a good puzzle. If you have, I guess, like $40 or $80, depending on where you are, actually, it's a really great puzzle. I had a shit ton of fun, like, doing it. I had some little gripes with it now that I've spent some time with it. There are some pieces that don't really stay completely like stale. Like there are some parts where a tab to lock it into place would have been so great, but man, what can you do? I was thinking of like once I know how the pieces go, like super glue it. But nah, it's a puzzle. It has to be movable. It's like so cool. It's really cool. If you haven't seen that stream, I don't blame you. But the thing is that there are a lot of pieces that you have to slide into place, and it makes you feel so fucking cool. Like that is the only thing that I can say about that. Okay, now for the moment, let me see. So it's a kind of like an obscure cyan, like kind of like there, and then more. I'm gonna go really obnoxious on some colors. And dark. I want to do a little bit of a background that really really minimalist background of just like kind of like just light here and then goes into the shadows over here. So first things first, just put on some things and start like drawing from there. There you go. But yeah, how's everybody been doing? How does it feel to be so close to the end of the year, even though it feels like nothing happened? Or maybe that's just me, because I didn't do a lot of things. I just kind of started doing interesting things in July after my birthday, because I got my country went into a full-on lockdown, and not because of the virus, but because the government was fucking everybody over. So that was fun. Well, it wasn't. A lot of people suffered, and it's one of the first times. I guess it's because I really haven't been focused on politics, especially from my country. But it was some of the most like racially racially intended commentary that I've seen from a fucking government. Like that shit was fucking stupid. They were pretty much like the government was fighting with against the organization that represents the nomadic tribes of Ecuador. And the problem was that they were pretty much fucking them in the ass with the prices that they could. They were basically lowering the base prices that they could ask for of their products, and a lot of them come from farms, so they weren't fucking happy. And considering that a lot of the economy of Ecuador is farming, with have you eaten a dole banana before? That's probably from Ecuador. Have you eaten cacao from Nestle? A lot of the cacao that is used in that comes from Ecuador. So it's not really just a regional thing. It would just affect all the economy of Ecuador to a point that it's kind of unrecoverable. So that is was kind of like the problem that everybody was complaining about. But I haven't really seen how it developed. But I think they came to an understanding. I don't think they did, but they probably had like some silver lining from side and side. And that is my one political commentary from for the whole stream. So, one thing I wanted to do if I continue streaming, I told this to myself, was to not be too political. And I think I've kind of been good on that rule that I imposed on myself, but kind of been fucking horrible in some other areas. It really is like sometimes that I just say some things, but it's mainly because like some shit is really fucked and it actually kind of deserves to be like spoken about. But I just don't want it to be my brand. I don't want to be a Hasanabi. I'm not that intelligent. I'm not that well read, so I don't want to just say misinformation. And that is one of the things. I learned what ignorant was really early in life because I don't remember the context, but my dad said like, "Oh, one of your teachers is an ignorant," but like he said something about, I think it was about medics, and since my dad is a doctor, uh, he was like, "Ah, he's just talking out of his ass, like he's a fucking ignorant motherfucker or some shit like that," and I was like, "What's ignorant? Isn't that an insult?" And he's like, "No, it's not an insult. It's just how people are sometimes." So yeah, I kind of like taking that and kind of run with it. Run with it. Okay, I think this is the color. I'm looking at a reference in the other screen. Right, right. Yeah, yeah. I don't even want to talk about like things that I actually care about because I might say like some shit that I'm completely wrong about. Like, I have a a respectable amount of friends that are trans, and I would like for them to have the rights to be who they are, who they want to be, and be represented how they want to be represented. But I just don't want to say shit about it because I might actually say something wrong and end up just hurting them. I will call out some shit, but not at the moment. No. Ah, shit. Fuck. I hate that if you press Control, you can move that shit. I wish I could unbind it. Hmm. Well, yeah, I wanted to talk about my dream. I had a really weird dream where all my uncles and aunts just kind of did a kind of a festivity, but I was stuck um, helping with the garden. Like I had to do the garden work. I was like, Can't I eat like something from the things? And everybody was like, no, no, Caja, you don't do that. You're not allowed. You're a worker. I was like, but I'm your cousin. Who cares about that? You have work to do. And it's like I don't know. It was just kind of like this weird dream that it didn't really have a purpose. I don't think it has even a meaning, a meaning that really matters. Maybe I think that I'm the tool of my family. When in contrast, maybe I'm just a tool in my family. Oh wait, I need to mix some colors. Actually, I'm gonna put this here. I don't know if you can see it. No, you cannot see it. It's practically a window that Clip Studio has. Let me see if I can. There you go. That Clip Studio has, where you can basically like blend some colors together and kind of get things around it. I don't know which what I don't know what things I'm gonna be using, but I do know. Okay, first let me this, then we go here. I should go into the blue and then go here. So this would no, not enough. What fuck? Okay. Yeah, and then let's do that. And now here. Kind of like there. I kind of like that. Should I put like shadow on the blue? Maybe not. Maybe I should just do this. Take that color, move it a little bit towards the yellow, move it a little bit towards here. So I'm practically like doing more than anything a highlight. Okay, that seems about right. I wish I could use this as like this type of pencil here, because it kind of has this thing that is the blend, but I would have to like paint and then go with the blend, paint and then go with the blend. I think there is like kind of an option about that. Let me see. Nah, not really. So if that is the case, I'm just gonna go with a little bit of a painterly style and use this thing that is right here as a basis for the colors. I think I'm just gonna be able to do like the finger and a little bit of the two little fingers today. I don't know. It's already been 29 minutes. But who knows? Maybe the time will fly and I'll have everything done. Something that I should have. Let me have this here. Let me duplicate this layer in case I fuck it up. Let me get that. Get another layer. And then use this layer specifically for the background. The background I want to be kind of here. A little bit more blue. I don't like that. And then, whoop. And then I go more here and more here. Then I go here. Practically, I want ideally, I want the borders to be practically black. Or really close to it. So I keep moving down on the color wheel and down on the light. And then I will take this color right here. Okay. And then I move it a little bit up and move it towards the yellow. And start like doing this. Alright. I'm going really off of like instinct at this point. I don't really know what I'm doing. Ooh. It needs like some shape, not just like a stroke. And then I will go in with the blend, the blending. So it looks a little bit more like, see, it already looks a little bit more like fucking leaves and shit. We go a little more here. And let's see, which one do I have here? Ah, that's fine. Less mean value. Density of paint, a little more. Amount of paint. I do want more paint. More paint. What's the Nickelodeon thing? Oh, I'm tensing my hand a lot. I don't know why. I should stop that. I'm relaxing. I'm in a field of flowers, which is actually kind of stressful to me. I'm in an empty street with at night with a lamp. Yeah, that's way better. Okay. I actually like that image a lot of you're in the middle of the night, practically like 7 p.m. or nah, it wouldn't really work because this sun sets differently in different parts of the world. So I'm just gonna say like past like half an hour after the sun sets down, and let's say it's kind of foggy. There's a light mist all around the area. Not really anybody around you, but it's completely dark except for the street lights. And this light mist is marking the edges of the light that come from the street light to the ground. You can't really see the borders of the houses, but you just can see this yellow tint to everything. That is super relaxing to me. And I just realized that it was kind of weird to have that idea when we were making an exercise about like the shape of things in college, because I'm a graphic designer. I don't know if you know that, but we were doing that exercise, and practically everybody that saw that image was like, "Oh, what does this say about you? Like terror, unknowing, fear, horror," and I was like, peacefulness, and everybody kind of just went like, "The fuck? What's wrong with this guy?" And then, kind of like the next 10 minutes were people trying to convince me that it's scary. Well, I was like, no, it's kind of just peaceful, don't you think? I have a lot of these perspectives that just came out in college, because like as a graphic designer, you kind of have to know what is a little bit of the theory of color, and then that involves some like aspects of psychology to pretty much just say when something is like naturally or instinctively to the human brain, like what response will that make? So let's say black, it's the unknowing. Red is a little bit more passion, more extreme emotions. Because even if you are from a different cultures, it is the color of blood. Um, Black and white sometimes that is mixed up with grief, because here in the West you wear black when you're grieving, but in some other places in the world they wear white. So practically they are telling you like, hey, don't mess up with the colors. Don't just use a color for just using it. Actually know what you're doing. Okay, I like this style. I like this style a lot. Just kind of painting at this point. Alright. No, actually I need this for the time being. It's like kind of destroy the edges of the shape so it looks way more natural, because natural things don't really have defined borders, especially if you're looking from something that is not really that that focused, so you wouldn't really see a lot of detail in it, or not the details that would make up the borders of the shape. Oh my god, look at that shit. Kind of like that. Just disturb the shape. Stir the shape. Stir the shape so that it doesn't really look like you were painting it, but it looks like a little bit of what you're trying to imitate, in this case being nature. And once you disturb that borders a lot, kind of get this. It's a really good trick that the concept artists use a lot. They just kind of make up some bullshit type of architecture, and then go in with this type of pens, and then it just kind of like blur it so you focus a little bit more on the main character or the thing that they're trying to like make you look at in the concept art. And then you put a little bit more darker details in the parts that are in the front, so you have some type of like, it's not just places, it's actually like a thing. Okay. No. Because I think so. It's kind of like that. Some things like that, so it looks like it's more of a accumulation of shapes more than just one simple one. And then do the opposite. Go a little bit with the lighter colors, and practically try to paint it as if a little bit of light escaped from the first layer and went into the ones that are behind. And then use the mid colors to blend them all together. I think it's because I'm putting this too much. Let me do that. Okay, now I don't have to press as much. No, wait. The amount of paint. There you go. That's what my problem was. There was a pen pressure on the amount of paint that the thing had. Yeah, there you go. It's a little bit quite better. Is that a term? I think I'm using English incorrectly. I'm sorry. That was my fault. Oh, no, this one. Ah, God damn it. Alright. Gonna mix it with a finer and finer brushes so that you start putting detail in the stuff. I like to do some repeatedly, and obviously don't go full wild on the detail, or else it's gonna be too busy and nobody's gonna pay attention to the thing that you want to pay attention, which is this thing right here. I'm gonna do another right here. And let's put actually this. Kind of for it to look like it's having like a outer glow around it. No. Let's stick this out. See how it looks. Oh yeah, that's fucking working. All right. Then just kind of like put a little bit of this thing right here. But it looks like it's light coming from it. It's actually becoming really close to the thing that I had in my mind, so I'm actually really happy with how it's going. So, for the time being, let's go here and then let's practically go into the black and go here. And then put that. Oh, damn. Not there. Oh, no. Please be a little bit smaller. Thank you. And then we go here. Like so. Basically, what I'm saying throughout all of this is do put some effort into your backgrounds. Don't just go in and do like a circle. Like, actually try to put a little bit of effort. Like, of course, not like don't make it be your entire painting. At that point, you will be doing like a landscaping painting. But do something. Like, don't let it be just some bullshit. This is one of the things that I've learned throughout the years. Like, the things are with the details. People appreciate that shit. Like, some notice it, some don't, but hey, if one person notices, then you've done your job. So see, it's not like the greatest background, and I kind of just like ad-lib it throughout all this thing, but it's something. Now it's not just like a void. Now it's kind of like an intentional void. Let's put some of that here, and it gives the intention of a forest without really like doing anything like trees or anything like that. Let's actually go down on the amount of paint so I can do some little details right here, and for them to not be that there you go. There you go. And some right here. Alright. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. There you go. That is really good. I actually like how that turned out a lot. So now that we have that, we're gonna use the duplicated version of the hand to start doing some more. Okay. So I want this. Alright. We're gonna start doing like a little bit more on this mid section right here. Oh, goddammit. Wait, okay, it's not there. Okay. Just kind of mixing it up. It's not really mixed, it's just kind of goes from one color to the other in the art, but I don't care. I want to do this. I don't know. I want to have this. It's kind of like so. And let's first do some of the more intense shadows. I'm trying to get a way of maintaining. Okay, that is better. I was saying like a way of maintaining the first sketch without actually having to look at it a lot. Okay, so let's do this. A little bit of that. Of occlusion. I don't remember how to say it a lot. Background occlusion. I fucking don't remember. It had something to do with the with how you were presenting like the shadows and stuff. Aromatic occlusion? No, that doesn't even make sense. Abrasive occlusion? Something with occlusion. I don't really remember. Sorry. Like so. And put some parts right here. Then go to the borders. Just go to the borders where they mix with other parts and just kind of like go like this. Like so. Kind of like that. Then the mono paint. And just mix it up a little bit. There you go. I think I can do it without the thing now. Yeah, I can. Now, just kind of mixing it in with the rest of the stuff that we did. And then I go back into here. And then go back into the previous color. Then I know like that. Oh, I'm getting into this drawing. It's actually turning out a lot better than I thought. Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna try to do it from memory, but I actually looked up the reference. Yeah, let's do like a human type of knuckle, like kind of, not really. Let's cut this. The borders are gonna end up way more painterly. Oh my god. It's starting to look really good. See what this part does? Not putting the edge of the thing actually works wonders. Actually, let me put this and then go here, and then do this. And then let's do this. All right. Then we introduce this, make it seem like it has nah. There you go. Now it looks like it has some folds. Maybe I should go a little bit harder on the amount of darkness that the shadows have. But I feel like if I went a little bit harder on it, it would end up just looking kind of bad. Let me just kind of do a little bit of the brush style on the rest of the hand so it doesn't look that clean. Oh, god damn it. This is such a good color combination. I'm not trying to suck my own dick, but it's a good colors. In more than anything, I should be thanking my teachers for teaching me all this shit. Be grateful, bitches. Be grateful. Somebody made you. Be grateful. Let's put some like things like here, like it's kind of like graffiti marks from painting. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the fur, but for now let's do this. It's a really small detail, maybe nobody will see it, but I will see it. That's how I justify doing a lot of shit. Like, nobody's gonna see this, but I will. And I'm practically doing it a little bit for myself. Alright. Now we go into this. Well, a little bit bigger, just so it blends a bigger part of it. Feel like it's getting darker, but I guess that's not that bad. Because it makes it a little bit easier to do this little knuckle of the thing. For now, let's take this. Just kind of like position it here. Oh, let's imply that that they don't really have the inside of their finger. Okay, now that comes the more complicated part. Part that I haven't really mastered neither in digital art or in real life, which is doing refractions. Not reflections, refractions. And it's such a weird thing. You just kind of like put like light bulbs every which way you think the light would bend, all cool like, and then I practically just start with a fucking glass of wine, and then the glass of wine like teaches you about how to how like fucking weird it ends up looking, and then you go from there. Kind of like so. Like, really like this Pokemon. What's it called? Graphaiai. 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 Oh, it's the Ake Ake Akeaye. There's that's the name of the lemur it's inspired by. I don't know why didn't know that. I mean, in Pokemon, a lot of the times you don't really know the name of your Pokemons, like the name of the Pokemon. You just kind of like call them as the name of the you give them, or at least I do that. There's a lot of Pokemons that are my favorites, but I just never end up remembering them because when I captured them and when I played with them, they just were like Ray or Gnarly or in this case Gamer. It's starting to look kind of okay. Let's put this. And then let's take the amount of paint to this so that we can. Oh no, actually a little bit like this. Like so. And then it's kind of go like that. Like that. Let's see if coming here, color mixing. Let's try doing it like this so it looks a little bit more seamless than how it is right now. I think that it's looking better. It just looks like a stain at this point. It doesn't really look like goo. So let's try to figure that out. This. Try to do it like this, like if it was like paint. It looked like the blue part is paint. Actually, that this looks way better because it looks like it's the wet marks that it leaves behind. Let's put some things like this. And then go like that. It's actually way more disgusting than what I originally intended. There you go. And the refractions don't really look that bad either. Let's do this. And this is here. For a little bit of the light. And then so it looks also kind of wet-ish. Like, ew, it's wet. It's a moist, if you want it. It's moist, if you will. Uh, so- and then going to here, going to here. A little bit more paint. And then makes this part right here a little bit better. I don't really like how it looked. I don't remember the paint. Oh. Oh, it lagged for a second. I was like, oh my god, it crashed. That's so shit. Alright. Now we do amount of paint a little bit more. I actually think I can finish this today because I feel like I can put in a little bit more. Oh, why don't we go for it? Yeah, let's do this shit. Alright. Yep, it needs a little bit more darkness. Let's go for way dark. And way more. Alright. Amount of paint. Let's do a lot. And then all right. So, and then do this. And first we put a little bit more darker. And like here, we just not really a lot. Just apply the first dark color. Yeah. That helped a lot. Do this. Reduce the amount of paint so we can mix it. Ooh. Yes. And then put a lot of paint here so we can do a little bit of a tricky here. So it looks like that. Just the amount of paint. Mix it up. Like doing a cake, you gotta first have the ingredients, then mix it up. Ooh, that looks way better. At least from my perspective. Okay, so let's take this. Go here. Let's continue working on this cat for second reflections. Now that we have a basis for the reflections, we're gonna start to put a little bit more detail on them. So we do that. And practically I'm putting the lightest part first and then going into the darker parts, because that is usually what you do with something that is not reflective, like a normal object that would have shadows. But here I just put the thing, so it's like, okay, those are my highlights. Now I'm going in and putting the other thing. And then it's kind of figuring this shit out. It's a really complicated process, or not really. Maybe there is a way simpler way of doing this, and I'm just kind of messing it up. I don't know, I've never been quite good at reflections. I mean, this looks okay, but I had friends that can do that shit incredibly well. I have no idea. Maybe if I did a part a little more transparent than the others. Mm, like here. Then I go here and do a little bit more paint. I'm doing this. All right. I'm practically using the same technique that I use for the background, which is not a focus, not make it like a completely like hyper realistic. Like I mean, we're doing a Pokemon here, but really just kind of like going in and doing that type of stuff. Of course, that'll look a little bit longer. We kind of are stretching them. Hang on. Actually, I want this. And a thing about refractions is that you have to know is that the shadow is gonna be to the other side from where from where you think it would be. The light comes from this side, the shadow is a drop shadow, and then the shadow is actually in this side, and the light is that you see is actually in the other side. It's a process, is what I'm saying. So let me just kind of like do it like this. So kind of. There we go. Okay. And then I get like kind of disappointed because this one is looking kind of good, but then I have to do this ones. So it's like, oh, go in again, do the same shit. And then do the same shit, but in a bigger way. I'm just kind of parodying things that I've seen before at this point, especially with this type of thing. And maybe it is a little bit too detailed actually. Let's try to do it like bigger blobs, I guess. Let's go a little more on the white amount of paint, a little more. It didn't feel like so, and then a little bit of a thing right here. All right. Not the best light ever, but I guess I could like fix it a little bit by doing the thing that I did in the other part, which is like blurring the edges a little bit. This is a thing that I learned actually in class that was kind of unintended, because I was like, oh, motherfucker, this teacher, he always wanted hyper realism, but not everybody was versed in hyper realism. At the time, I really wasn't. So I found out that I could do whatever the fuck I want with the type of lighting that I wanted, as long as the edges were kind of like like blurred. It was more photorealistic because it didn't look like it was made by a computer or made in a computer, because things in a computer are way more exact. And that is how I passed that class. But yeah, try it. If you want something to look a little more realistic than what it is, blur the edges a little bit. That is why a lot of cartoons and not a lot, and not, I don't mean a lot, but all of cartoons have an outline, or at least the majority. Like I think there's like three exceptions to that rule. Holy fuck, bro! I am making fucking art over here. Yeah, I just need to do the thing. That was me. Actually, let me stretch for a little bit. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just stepping out of my chair and doing some. Oh, goddamn. Oh, fucker. Yeah. There you go. A little bit of arms. And down, up, down, up, and down. We got it. Whew. All right. Always stretch. Stretching is one of the best parts of life, I think. Okay, so now I have this, right? So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna go into the blues, then go here and go into here. All right. Now just put it there. A big amount of paint. Kind of sounded nervous there. With a big amount of paint. A big bag of paint. Mm-hmm. Oh man. One thing that I could say that helps a lot artists is looking at art, but not just looking at it, but actually trying to understand why does it look good and why do I like it. And it's like the same thing with everything. You can use this in any area you're trying to be good at. It's like how do you call it? I guess analytical thinking. Like look at one piece of media that you really love, like a thing that inspires you to actually like keep on going in your area, or the thing that inspired you in the start to get into your area, your current area, or the one that you just want to get professional in, or just want to get better at, and try to figure out with everything that you've learned up to this point why you like it, and you're gonna learn a lot more, and try to apply that to other stuff, like more popular stuff, like why does that work, why does the like somebody that is studying cinema, let's say, why does the Avengers work but let's say the Justice League didn't, like that is a really good exercise. But don't just see why something works and something doesn't work just to know, like, yep, that's it, and enough of that. No, no, no. Try to go with that and try to apply what you learned from that experiment, and see if it actually is applicable, or maybe you're incorrect in your assessment of what made it work. Maybe you thought that I don't fucking know, like let's keep using the same example. Like the Avengers worked because it was a big cast of characters, or recognizable characters. So you do, let's say, a painting or something like that, or a drawing about a lot of characters. And you're like unrecognizable characters, so at this point, like a fan fiction, but a lot of people like it, and a lot of people kind of cringe at it. And then you realize that it wasn't really the Avengers, but it was the interaction between the characters. So now you realize that okay, so I gotta see past the surface and see towards more like substantial parts of this piece of media to actually understand why people like it, even if you don't like it. I know a lot of people that don't like Marvel, but study it nonetheless because it is really fucking important nowadays. It's like big, a big, let's say, how should I say this? A big cultural milestone, I should say, because it spawned a shit ton of things. There is even like Russians, Russian Avengers. And if you don't think I'm correct, search up Russian Avengers. It's an actual thing. I think I'm doing the muscles incorrectly, actually. But it doesn't really matter at this point. So let's just do that. Yeah, I'd say that's a good base. And then lower the amount of paint and do this like right here. All right. Okay, this is gonna be more tricky because it's gonna be how do you call it? It's gonna be fur. What bits with the fur? But yeah. Oh, actually, you know what this needs? Let me do this. Let me do this. A little more into the whites. Actually, like that. Here. A little bit less amount of paint. I mean, the background is already kind of doing this, but now we have to kind of do it here. And then we select the layer, go to edit. Where's filters? Oh, it's here. And then blur it. Blur it. And now it's blurred. There you go. Ah, god damn it. My hand thingy fell. Okay. We have that, right? I actually like how this is starting out. Okay. We'll go here. And we go this. And then go here. And with a medium amount of paint, go and start doing a mid color. A mid color. This color is 7 out of 10. I really didn't understand the word mid at first, but then I realized, oh, it's like it's not that good, or it's not really as good as it's supposed to be, or as people think it is. One of the things about being Hispanic, I guess, about English being your second language, just don't understand something sometimes. I need it to be this more balloon-esque, and then this kind of like so. So I first want to focus on the forearm, and then slowly start shading the other parts of the arm. Let's see, how's that? A little bit better, but this here, and then let's make it a little bit more intense and change a little bit of the shape of how it is, because now it's looking like a pear. Now I just kind of just want to move more of paint around more than anything. And then we go to the previous color and then do this. And then the middle. I mean, I can make it like flesh color. But I think that would be kind of upsetting to me specifically. I don't like where when things that you think are gonna be furry are actually like flesh color. I hate that shit. I have talked about her before, but Juniper Artreyas. I don't remember her last name. Sorry, but the moth girl, the really cool moth girl that does a lot of like her own designs and stuff. She did a little horse, and it was a quite cursed horse, I guess you could say. But I didn't have any problem with it until she changed the color of the fur into a flesh color. And then I became perturbed. Oh my god, I don't know why that happens to me. I don't know why that is a thing. Maybe I just don't like flesh color stuff. Maybe that's just not my thing, huh? I don't know, it feels kind of stupid and gross, and I don't like it. Ugh. I guess that's why a lot of my characters are not really flesh color, are just kind of like weird off color things. Like, look at Caja, my avatar. It's really just kind of a weirdo. Who are we watching? But no, it's kind of like a marble-esque skin. At least that was the first idea. Now it looks a little bit more. What does my skin look like? I guess something a little bit more complicated than it used to be, but at this point, you know what? I love it too much to go back to the original design idea of just making it be fucking marble-esque. And it's mainly because I found these textures that I bought for doing something with my portfolio, and that shit has not left any of my sorry, any of my projects, or at least my personal projects. Wow, that's so cool, man. It still needs light, but for now let's do darkness, walkness, and more blue. There you go. Now to paint a little bit more. Not that much, just a little bit more. So, and then let's do that. I just straight up forgot what I was talking about. That is interesting. Oh, why am I doing that? I don't really need that right now. Alright. 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 Now we reduce the amount of paint. Go in and do a little bit. Tiniest bit. It's kind of a mix. Salute. Actually, let's put something there. It was kind of like eating into the arm. All right. Now, actually, let's make all right. So it's not like a uniform color throughout all of it. That is one of the things that I learned in my real life classes of painting. Is I mean, this is applicable to everything because it's just color theory. What was I gonna say? Oh, it's that if you're trying to do something painterly, don't ever like keep the same color. Like if this the purple here is not the same as the purple here, that is actually a good. That is why later on I'm gonna put like a layer that kind of like encompasses that. Actually, let's do this. All right. A little bit more amount of paint. No, actually more. Wait. Ooh, it's looking way better right now. There you go. Whoa, 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 actually, let's have it this way here. Make it so that it looks like a little bit. Yeah. It looks like shadows rather than just kind of just standing there. A little more interaction with thingies. Oh. Oh yeah, I haven't saved. That's probably what is happening here. Like that. Okay. And now we go back to the main color and go back to this. And then go back in this direction and then this direction. There you go. Now this is where it's gonna be more, gonna look more like fur. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I really do. I really do know what I'm doing. Like so. Like that, just kind of like disturb the borders, disturb the borders. There you go. Oh my god, I can't believe that I am actually kind of finishing this today. I was half expecting to do like another stream of this. That is better because that means that next stream I can do something completely different and it doesn't matter. And then we go with that. Let's do some of the more like a little bit more of the darker parts. We kind of just go like this. The start of all the things that we've done. I don't really know how fur moves in a thing like this, but I guess we're gonna find out, huh? And then we go here. And then we put some shadows on the thingies that we just put down. So it looks like it's part of the same fucking drawing. Not just something added there later on. Actually, let me get some of that. Really thing. Yeah, give shadow to things that you put down. same level of shadows, by the way. Like so. It's starting to look like a monkey's arm. Or maybe I just want it to look like a monkey's arm. Like so. Like so. There you go. And then we go back to the more clear colors. Keep doing, following the things that we've been doing up to this point. There you go. Actually, go here and do some of this. There you go. Leading from the main shadows that I put in before, go into the more lighter parts. Going in here. A little smaller because they're fucking monkey arms. Oh, I'm getting tired, but I'm so close that I have to just stand out with it. Oh my god, I'm not moving like that. I think it's capturing my face, and he thinks my face are my arms. Okay, I think the fur would go this way. Alright. I just kind of want to make it a bit bigger to get it over with quickly, but I can't because it kind of loses the shape of the shadows that I've been doing this whole time. So I'm just kind of trying to maintain it while doing a little bit less work than I need to, but I don't think I can. Okay, now we go back to the more. There you go. There you go. Actually, like hairs wouldn't really have that much of a shadows because they're most of the time they're transparent. This implies the thing that I'm doing right here actually implies that it's thick ass hair. So there you go. And then we go back into the more light color and actually put the face. So. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off so I can get a better look at it. And do it like in layers. Then putting some little bit in there. And then correcting some of the things that I did before. And then go into the darker ones and kind of apply this. That it looks like there is shadows below them. Alright. There are some parts that still look like a little bit painterly, like this part right here. But I don't think there's a lot that I can do to fix that. Maybe sending some of this thing like this. I think that's it. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I did it. I think I'm done. Am I done? Who knows? This is the bad part with art, that you never know when you're done. And now we go here, and hardness, brush density, and then raise it a little bit. Also here. Also here a little. There. And then we put it back to how it was before. There you go. And now there it is. Actually, I want to have a way darker color. Let's see, just about there. And then kind of put it some places that it would be at. Some borders, make them salt more, and in the sea of detail to be some parts there. Oh, let me save. Up. Oh, actually, it will be here. And then there you go. Ooh, wow. Okay, I think I did it. I think I'm done. Hey, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be posting this later on Twitter. It came out really well. I'm actually kind of proud of myself for this. So yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for even being here for even a second. I appreciate it because you didn't have to do it and you still did. I hope you have a great week, weekend, month, year, whatever. And until we meet again, I will be here. Motherfucker, do it. I will be here waiting for you in this world of dreams. Bye.